Drivers block Abuja-Lokoja highway over truck impoundment. ASUP gives federal government 21-day strike notice over unresolved demands. Zamfara residents call for increased security. On the foreign scene, Indian rescuers cart debris after 60 killed in flood. Good evening, welcome to Trust News Update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us. Heavy-duty trucks, tipper drivers in Abaji Area Council in the Federal Capital Territory FCT on Friday at about 11:43 a.m. blocked the ever-busy Abuja-Lokoja highway to protest alleged impoundment of one of their members' truck by the divisional police officer in the area. The branch treasurer of the heavy-duty trucks tippers drivers union in the area, Kasi Ghana, said the tippers decided to block the highway after the DPO allegedly impounded their member's truck without committing any offense. He further said the truck driver was on his way to the bush to load timbers when the police at the checkpoint mounted in front of the police station flagged down the truck and allegedly forced the driver to park. He alleged that the DPO asked the driver to pay 50,000 naira before the truck will be released, which he said prompted other tipper drivers to mobilize and blocked the highway. Ghana recalled that how the DPO at the same checkpoint in front of the police station rushed out of his office and pursued one of the truck drivers with a patrol Hilux van, in which he said led to scratching of the police Hilux 2 weeks ago. The Economic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, has issued a 21-day ultimatum to the federal government to address unresolved issues affecting the polytechnic education sector. The union warned that failure may result in industrial action that could disrupt academic activities nationwide. ASUP President, Comrade Shamak Banja, issued the ultimatum at a press conference in Abuja on Friday, calling on the Federal Ministry of Education to quickly send the executive bill on their demand to the National Assembly. Banja also expressed concerns regarding the ongoing reliance on external consultants for accreditation processes in polytechnics, questioning the qualifications and backgrounds of some of the contractors involved. Among the union's key demands is establishing a dedicated regulatory body, the National Polytechnics Commission, similar to those governing universities and colleges of education. ASUP expressed disappointment over what it described as delays in the legislative process required to actualize the commission. The union also reiterated its long-standing concern over the disparity in the treatment of higher national diploma HND holders compared to university degree holders. ASUP noted that this persistent discrimination undermines the morale of polytechnic graduates in the workforce and hampers the sector's development. Instances of technical glitches affecting the operations of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAMB) and the West African Examinations Council (WAEC) have sparked growing concerns over the credibility and reliability of Nigeria's standardized testing systems. Trust TV's correspondent in Benue State captured the reactions of Nigerians who were worried about the implications of such glitches on the conduct of crucial examinations in the country. Here's more in his report.
Many Nigerians say 2025 will be remembered as the year the nation's two cardinal examination bodies, JAMB and WAEC, were hit by a massive crisis described as technical glitches. The planned transition to full computer-based testing (CBT) for external examinations such as WAEC and NECO is now under scrutiny. This follows recent outrage after the West African Examination Council denied candidates access to its results portal for the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination, citing technical challenges. While defending its serialization method for subjects including mathematics, English language, biology and economics, WAEC admitted that post-release quality checks exposed glitches in its back-end systems. Stakeholders fear that such recurring issues could undermine public confidence in the fairness and accuracy of critical academic assessments.
This has a way of eroding the credibility of the results, and of course putting a lot of question marks, on the capacity of the, the various examination bodies to embrace technology and then adopt the current technologies that can be deployed to make these examination bodies free of some of these human interventions that people have been complaining of.
This will erode the confidence of both the student and we, the parent. You see, today we are having issues having confidence in INEC as a result of all these glitches. No, we didn't know that this rot will get even to educational sector, which is the bedrock of this country. So if this rot will get to the schools like this, that people will begin to lose confidence, we parents will begin to lose confidence into the system. So I don't know where we are heading to.
Opinions, however, differ on how technology should be deployed in future external examinations.
So I believe that Nigeria is ripe for this, but as it is usually in every society, the beginning we definitely have some of these teething issues, but with time the process can be perfected, and that is what I should be expecting from these examination bodies, and that is what I also want to call on Nigerians, because we cannot continue doing things the old way. The only thing we should just do is that we should just make efforts to ensure that we get the best, and we are committed to ensuring that these things don't happen, because these things are being used in other parts of the world. So if it is working in other societies, then why shouldn't it work in our own society?
Work should either sit up, because if they are not ready and they don't have the way with that and the equipment to align with the current technology, the current realities, they should better go back to analog, so that we'll not be expecting this kind of. It's so devastating.
It would be recalled that WAEC announced that only 38.32% of the 1,969,313 candidates who sat for the 2025 examination obtained credits and above in 5 subjects, including English language, while over 192,000 results were withheld for alleged malpractice.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Uyozono Directorate, has arrested 5 suspected illegal miners for allegedly extracting and transporting 1,200 bags of ilmenite, locally known as black sand, without the required license. The suspects, Samuel Akwa, Willie Uboko, Mohammed Tukru, Salmanu Ibrahim, and Darfa Adam, were arrested on Wednesday, August 13, 2025, while conveying the consignment in a truck. The FCC, in a statement on Friday posted on X, formerly Twitter, said at the time of their arrest, the suspects were conveying 1,200 bags of ilmenite in a truck without authorization. All they had was a waybill indicating that the consignment belonged to a certain Wilgen Global Ventures Limited. According to the commission, the suspects told interrogators that they were headed to Onne, Port Harcourt, River State, to make a delivery when they were intercepted. The FCC further said the arrest followed weeks of surveillance along the coastal lines of Mpanak at Ibeno local government area of Akwa Ibom State. The Corporate Affairs Commission, TAC, has removed 247 companies from its database, declaring that they were never duly registered as limited liability companies. The Commission announced the move in a notice posted on its official X handle on Friday, saying the purported incorporation of the affected companies was invalid. According to the CAC, the registration certificates numbers allegedly linked to the companies had never been assigned to any entity. It urged the public to disregard any claims suggesting that the listed companies exist as legal persons. President Bola Tinubu on Friday departed Abuja for a 2-nation official visit to Japan and Brazil with a brief stopover in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The president was seen off by top government officials, including the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila. Before boarding the presidential jet, Tinubu exchanged handshakes and pleasantries with the dignitaries lined up to bid him farewell. On Wednesday, the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, had announced that Tinubu would depart on Thursday for the trip. However, the departure took place on Friday. According to Onanuga, the president's first stop will be Japan for the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD 9, in Yokohama from August 20 to 22. Onanuga said beyond the plenary sessions at the conference, Tinubu will hold bilateral meetings and engage with the chief executives of Japanese companies investing in Nigeria. Acting National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Umaru Damagum, has inaugurated the party's 2025 elective convention zoning committee with a call for fairness, equity and strategic planning to guide the party's leadership selection. The inauguration, held at the party's national secretariat in Abuja, marks a crucial step towards the party's national convention. The committee is chaired by the governor of Bayelsa State, Doyediri. In his remarks, Damagum described the committee's work as foundational to the PDP's future, stating that its decisions will significantly influence the direction of the party over the next 4 years. He urged members to consider the broader interests of the party and the country. The acting chairman acknowledged recent leadership challenges and internal changes within the party, but emphasized that the PDP remains a vital force in Nigeria's democracy.
Protect our democratic structures and prepare the PDP for victory in every election. Loyalty is the lifeblood of our party. Without it, unity is impossible. Yet, loyalty alone is not enough. It must work hand in hand with competence. As you consider zoning, picture the caliber of individuals who may emerge from each zone and ask yourselves, will this person embody the values and strength of the PDP in a way that make us proud before the country?
The members of the committee, I stand to accept this huge responsibility that has been bestowed on us. We will be consultative, we will partner, and we will be inclusive in ensuring that we arrive at a fair and just zoning formula for our party. Thank you for finding us worthy to discharge this assignment, and we will discharge it to the best of our abilities.
Still in political matters over in Nasarawa State, the High Court has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to recognize Barrister Julius Abure and Alhaji Umaru Farouk Ibrahim as the authentic leaders of the Labour Party. The ruling comes ahead of Saturday's by-election and the Federal Capital Territory Council elections scheduled for early 2026. Presiding Judge Justice Mustafa Ramat, in an interlocutory order dated July 23, 2025, directed INEC to grant the party's leadership access to upload the names and particulars of their nominated candidates for the polls. Despite the order, INEC has yet to publish the party's nominees, a move the Labour Party says has denied them fair campaign time. Reacting National Secretary Umaru Farouk welcomed the judgment, urging INEC to comply immediately. He accused the electoral body of using systemic tactics to sideline the party's candidate, citing a similar situation during the Ondo governorship election. The case is set to resume on September 22nd for hearing of the substantive suit. This is still news update on Trust TV. Still to come. Zamfara residents call for increased security. More when we return. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. Drivers block Abuja-Lokoja highway over truck impoundment. Also told you that ASUP has given the federal government 21-day strike notice over unresolved demands. Some more stories. Residents of Banga community in Koranamu, the local government area of Zamfara State, are urging the federal and state governments to intensify the fight against bandits and their collaborators in order to restore peace to troubled parts of the state. They made the appeal when Governor Dauda Lawal visited the area to condole with families of victims following the killing of 38 out of 56 persons abducted by armed bandits. The report.
On April 9, 2025, armed groups invaded Banga community, abducting 56 residents, mostly women, youth, and men. Among the victims were 3 pregnant women who reportedly gave birth in captivity, with their babies allegedly killed by the captors. The incident happened while Governor Lawal was outside the country. His deputy, on the governor's instructions, visited the community to console the bereaved families and distribute relief materials. The delegation also visited Sakajiki, Kurimadaru, Maguru, and Tambarawa villages that had recently suffered attacks in which several people were killed and others abducted. Upon his return, Governor Lawal led a high-powered government team back to the affected communities in Kauranamuda local government area, assuring residents of his administration's commitment to tackling insecurity and restoring order.
Basically, we're here to commiserate with the people of Banga over the unfortunate incident that happened some few days ago while I was not in the country. And I feel as a leader, I should be here to commiserate with the entire people of Banga and to assure them that government is doing everything humanly possible to provide security and protect lives and properties of the citizens of Zamfara State.
The Emir of Kauranamuda, Major Sanusi Ashar, retired, appreciated the governor's visit and solidarity with affected families.
We are grateful to the governor for his concern over the incident that occurred at our communities. Like you know him, he does not have double standards. He does not also waste time. Once he promised to do something, he will do it.
Some victims' relatives recounted their ordeal and appealed for stronger security measures to protect them from further attacks.
I am one of those deeply affected by this incident because my eldest son, Abdurra'uf, was among the victims. The bandit, numbering over 30, attacked them at their business place and abducted people aged between 7 and 22. Sadly, they killed all of them in the bush. When the devastating news reached me, I was so overwhelmed with grief that I could not walk. We are grateful to Governor Lawal for showing concern over what happened to us. In my family, we lost 2 wives. At my boss's residence, Ibrahim, we lost 6 people along with several others from the community. It has been extremely difficult for me and for all the affected families. We are, however, encouraged that the governor came in person to console us over this unfortunate incident, something that has never happened before.
Governor Lawal stressed that his administration will not play politics with the security of lives and properties. He urged residents to intensify prayers for God's intervention and for the exposure of those behind the incessant attacks.
The Federal Road Safety Corps Kano State Command has confirmed the death of 12 persons following a tragic road accident at Samawa Village, Gorumalam local government area of the state. The public relations officer of the command, Abdullahi Labaran, confirmed the incident in a statement, a copy of which was made available to Punch Online on Friday. He said preliminary investigations revealed that the crash was caused by a mechanical fault when the trailer's cab hook broke, causing the trailer cab to detach from the trailer body, resulting in loss of control. He explained that a total of 19 persons were involved in the crash, adding that 12 were killed, 5 were injured and 2 were rescued unhurt. Labaran added that the deceased victims have been deposited at Nasarawa Hospital, while the injured were taken to Kura General Hospital for immediate medical attention. The sector commander, MB Baturi, who visited the crash scene, extended heartfelt condolences to the families of the deceased and wished injured victims a speedy recovery. He emphasized the need for drivers to strictly adhere to traffic regulations and rules or face stiffer sanctions. Nigeria's headline inflation rate is to 21.88% in July 2025 relative to the June 2025 rate of 22.22%. The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) revealed in its recent data that the July 2025 inflation rate showed a decrease of 0.34% compared to the June 2025 headline inflation rate. The food inflation rate in July 2025 was on 2.74% on a year-on-year basis. This was 16.79% points lower compared to the rate recorded in July 2024 at 39.53%. The significant decline in the annual food inflation figure is technically due to the change in the base year. According to the data, on a month-on-month basis, the food inflation rate in July 2025 was 3.12%, down by 0.14% compared to June of 2025, which was at 3.25%. NBS attributed the decrease to average lower prices of vegetable oil, beans, that's the white one, rice, local, maize, flour, guinea corn, wheat, amongst others. Away from Nigeria, Indian rescuers pulled bodies from mud and rubble Friday after the latest deadly flood to crash through a Himalayan village killed at least 60 people and washed away dozens more. Torrents of water and mud driven by intense rain tore through Chisoti village in Indian-administered Kashmir on Thursday, leaving dozens missing, including Hindu pilgrims who were visiting a shrine. It is the second major deadly flooding disaster in India this month. Officials say a large makeshift kitchen in Chisoti, where more than 100 pilgrims were, was completely washed away by what Kashmir Chief Minister Umar Abdullah reported was a sudden cloudburst rainstorm. Kishtwar District Hospital head Yudhvir Kotwal said more than 100 people were brought in after the disaster. Heavy earth movers were brought to the disaster area to dig through deep mud. Emergency supplies, including ropes and digging tools, were being brought to the disaster site, with the army supporting other rescue teams. Floods and landslides are common during the June-September monsoon season, but experts say climate change, coupled with poorly planned development, is increasing their frequency, severity, and impact. Finally, in sports, the National Sports Commission has put an end to rumors regarding unpaid bonuses for the Super Falcons, stating that all outstanding payments were settled before the team's final match against Morocco. NSC Director General Bukola Olopade confirmed this information during an appearance on TV on Friday. According to him, the NSC is working with the Minister of Works and Housing to ensure the team receives their houses as promised. Olopade emphasized that the NSC prioritizes the remuneration and welfare of athletes. The NSC DG's response directly addressed Rasheedat Ajibade's concerns, providing clarification on the $100,000 reward for the Super Falcons 2024 WAFCON victory. In a recent interview, Ajibade had said they have not received the money, but hopefully it will be paid. She also mentioned that their March bonuses are still being processed. That concludes news updates at this time on Trust TV. For more of our news programs, documentary, do follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.